Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. Today we had a match day preview of Norwich versus Stoke. Obviously it's been a disappointing last few games for Norwich. We've had the draw against Derby, the loss against Preston, another away draw then to Hull. Performances haven't been where we expected them to be. We've obviously had some really good performances this year. Seems to have tailed off slightly. Hull did look like it was an improvement in regards to the performance and the control of the game. But yeah, we had opportunities to win it. Signs hitting the post. And there was potential handball as well. But we can't kind of focus too much on that. We've got Stoke this weekend, who are coming in a weird position. I think Robins, out of the 9 games he's been in charge, included 2 cup games, has won 3, drawn 3, lost 3. He's clearly a very good manager. He's clearly got a lot of kind of utensils that you can use in that team to get him into a higher up position. Haven't seen it as of yet, but it is hard to expect a manager to kind of click instantly and get the team where they are. To be honest, if I was a Stoke fan, I imagine the aim is just to survive this year, as it wasn't looking amazing kind of a few months back before Robins took over on the 2nd of January. I think their aim now is just to mid-table, get there, see progress, see progression. And if you can see that, you can go into next year feeling pretty confident. Similar with Norwich, in my opinion, we've had our ups, we've had our downs. It really hasn't been good enough in places, especially in, I'd argue, the Preston game, the Derby game. It really wasn't very good at all. We have seen a glimpse of kind of what the old Norwich against Hull, in the way that we're attacking, controlling the game in places, and we are in effect missing McLean and Nunes, who, although we have got most people back and we have been saying about how well we could perform, whether we have, when all our injuries come back to full fitness, like Sarge, and our suspensions like Sainz, we are fundamentally missing 2 of our best players in McLean and Nunes. So I'm kind of expecting when they're back for things to settle down a little bit more. They do control the game. They do provide a sense of calmness in the team as well. So yeah, I am expecting them to kind of step up once they're back from illness and injury. I know Nunes got a nasty knock, and I think it was his ankle kind of blew and was bleeding. Obviously Kenny with his illness as well. Filming this before the press conference, so unsure on if they will be back or not. But I'd imagine McLean potentially, if it's illness, could be back into starting 11. Nunes, we are already nursing him back from one injury, so we may just take our time with Nunes, introducing him back into the squad. I think there's a lot of different talking points at the moment as well, around who should be starting where. Sainz, I think it's maybe 14 games. I think it was a 6-game suspension, and I want to say he's gone 8 games now without scoring. Dobbin was looking good. Dobbin was also providing that cover to Mahovo as well, in that left back. And personally speaking, I thought Mahovo was left pretty kind of isolated in that whole game. I don't think he had a lot of help from anyone, never mind just Sainz. So is there a case for Dobbin to be slightly aggrieved that he has been moved out of position, with Sainz coming back? And then obviously we've got right back position, Fisher. Yes, he got an assist at the weekend. His crossing didn't seem as amazing as it has been, and it does seem to be that he's turning into a little bit of a Max Aarons with his kind of outside of the boot, right boot pivot, turn around, pass to centre back. Stacey does have his flaws in places, but he is quite attack minded and can get beyond that right or left, their left back. But again, crossing is not his strong point, so it'll be interesting to see how we approach that game in regards to those kind of 2 main areas. You've also got the right wing position. You've got Hurisic, Schwartau, Cernat, they can all play in that position. Dobbin can play in that position as well. So we do have a bit more strength, and I think hopefully we can start showing that against Stoke and really start kind of pushing forwards into regards to where we expect this Norwich team to be. And fingers crossed, a nice, good home atmosphere. I think personally the atmosphere has been pretty terrible. At Carrow Road, there's the age-old argument: should the crowd cheer up the team or should the team cheer up the crowd? I think it is a bit of both. Obviously, we haven't been treated to great football and displays, but also it's a young team. I can't see the point on getting on Wright's back or Mahovo's back or anyone like that when it is a young team, and we really need them to have confidence in what they're doing and a confidence in the approach that Thorup is looking to kind of implement. But as I said, it hasn't been good enough the last few weeks, so fingers crossed it is a change coming up. In regards to Stoke, as I said, Robbins has only been in charge 9 games, came in 2nd of January. I think in regards to the appointment, Stoke fans were relatively happy with it. I know I would be if I was a Stoke fan. I thought Coventry seemed a little bit of an odd one at the time. Obviously, Lampard has turned it around, so looking back on it, they'd argue that it definitely paid off. But it did feel a little bit harsh at the time. Getting rid of Robbins, I thought he had built a bit more cash up in the bank to at least see if they can get him over that hurdle. In regards to Stoke's squad, they do have some kind of outlets which definitely will test us. I think there's Kumas is the biggest one: 6 goals, 3 assists in 37 games. And also, in regards to that, someone's got to step up since Tom Cannon's left to Sheffield United for that 14 million pound fee. Someone's really got to now step up and move into where Tom Cannon was, because he was getting the goals, he was carrying over the line in places. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. In regards to goalkeepers, we have a very interesting matchup. You've got Angus, who has the lowest goals prevented in the league. I think it's around -6. And then you've got Johansson, who's sitting at over 12, I believe. We learnt the hard way last time that Johansson is an extremely good shot stopper in the Championship. He's arguably the best goalkeeper in the Championship. I know there's a toss-up between him and Trafford. Yes, Trafford is a very good goalkeeper, but I think he's also got the luxury of having a very good defence in front of him, where Johansson doesn't necessarily have that. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of pressure we can put on and do with that. I think it was picked up when we played Leeds. Mellier's not a very good shot stopper. We didn't have a shot on target. So we've got to really up the ante with Johansson in goal. We've really got to go for it, make sure that we're creating those good opportunities and burying them, because you don't want us to be relying on multiple opportunities to go out and win this game. In regards to predictions, I think it's a tough one. It depends what Norwich turn up. It could be the Norwich that blows team away, like Watford at home, like Hull at home, like Swansea at home, or it could be the team that turns up against Preston that really struggles, or the team against Hull that struggles, or Derby. So I'm going to go with, I think I'll go with a 1-1 draw. I think, again, it'll be another improved performance. Hopefully it settles kind of the fans down and we can kind of go back to believing in the project, believing in the youth setup that we have. I think a lot of fans recently have flip-flopped between whether they think this strategy is a good idea or not. Ultimately, I think you've got to let there be time, let that happen. If we're still in a similar position this time next year, then absolutely, I think those conversations can be had. But Napa was very transparent. I thought it was very transparent. It was going to take multiple transfer windows to change the squad, get the players in that we need. We've seen it in places, but it hasn't settled down. As I said, the one thing that we can ask for is that there's 100% kind of desire on that pitch, leaving it all out on the pitch, which I don't think we've seen sometimes this season. So I think, I'll go with 1-1 draw. Leave a comment down below as well, what you're predicting for the game. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. We all have a matchday vlog of the Stoke game as well, so make sure you subscribe to see that. And we will see you in the next video.